Right, let's get some reaction now from RTE. Aisling Ní is there for us this evening. And Ryan Tubridy himself, Aisling, has issued a statement in the last few minutes. What did he say?
Yes, that's right, Colette. That statement just issued in the last few minutes, and it is a really hard-hitting statement. It was read out live on RTE Radio 1's their current affair programme just after 5 o'clock this evening. He's been very strong. He's saying he cannot shed any light on the hidden payments made to him by RTE. He's saying he's surprised to learn about the errors in the public stated payments. In the statement, he says, like many people, I'm surprised by the announcements made in RTE's statement today regarding the errors in the reporting of its accounts. He's saying it's unfortunate that these errors are in relation to how RTE have reported payments made to me, but I just want to be clear, this is a matter for RTE. I have no involvement in RTE's internal accounting treatment or RTE's public declarations in connection with such payments. He says, obviously I'm disappointed to be at the centre of the story, but unfortunately I cannot shed any light on why RTE treated these payments in the way that they did, nor can I answer for their mistakes in this regard. So he's come out very, very strongly this evening. He is not going to be the fall guy in this situation. He's saying he's surprised, he's called them errors, and he's saying he cannot answer for their mistakes in this regard. Now, naturally, a very, very difficult day for the staff here in RTE since this story has broken in the last number of hours. But Ryan Tubridy standing his ground here this evening. He is not going to be the fall guy here.
Right, Aisling, we'll return to you a little later in the bulletin for more on that. Right, let's get more on this developing story. Our political correspondent Gavin Riley is at Leinster House for us this evening. These are really extraordinary revelations, Gavin, about these undeclared payments at the state broadcaster.
That's right, Colette, and they do raise some serious governance questions which are now being raised by the government and by the Public Accounts Committee. We have received this afternoon a statement from the Media and Arts Minister Catherine Martin. Now, she was at a press doorstep this morning. She was asked about there being some forthcoming news from RTE. She gave a fairly non-committal response at that time, not divulging any information. But she has said in her statement this evening that she was made aware of there being some issue regarding RTE's financial disclosures in March of this year. Bear in mind, March of this year is also when Ryan Tubridy announced that he will be standing down as host of the Late Late Show. But the Minister says that she is extremely concerned at the details which were contained in RTE's statement today on foot of that external review from Grant Thornton being completed. She says that she has asked the chair of RTE, Siún Ní Raghallaigh, to set out at a meeting on Monday exactly the issues involved and the steps the board is taking to deal with the matter. So the RTE chair due to meet the Minister on Monday morning. Also now the prospect of senior members of the RTE board being called in to the Public Accounts Committee. We've been speaking this evening to its vice chairperson.
Essentially, it's a bombshell. And, you know, I mean, I think they're correct in saying that it's a significant breach of trust. When RTE were in front of the Public Accounts Committee last year, it was early in last year, we were constantly told that, like on several occasions, that they had reduced the salaries of top earners by 15%.
And Catherine Murphy there touching on some of the issues that are being raised by those in Leinster House this evening. Why was it that when RTE published the salaries of its top 10 earners for the last number of years, that it published a figure which some within the organisation must have known was not the full picture? Who signed off on those arrangements? And also some questions being raised by some TDs this evening about the role of Dee Forbes. She is a member of the RTE board, which is expressing surprise and dismay at these arrangements this evening, but she's also inside her last 3 weeks as Director General. Now, we understand she's taking annual leave for the remainder of her tenure, but she is still holding the title of Director General, and some questions being asked around what awareness she had, and ultimately then whether this is an isolated incident or why it would be that some arrangements were made for RTE to cover the cost of Ryan Tubridy making personal appearances on behalf of a commercial operator, and whether similar arrangements might exist elsewhere. So many questions being asked that really this whole story is only beginning, Colette.
All right.